Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, very good afternoon, sir. Sorry, just a bit late, around 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
I will give an introduction about you, sir. Then you can
sure,
start.
sure, 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 sure.
So this meeting, we are going to conduct a guest lecture, and our guest of honor is Mr. Subham Banerjee from Embedded Engineer. Is an embedded engineer from Micro X Labs, ISC Bangalore. His details are he has completed his BTech in ECE from Bengal College of Engineering and has a diploma in embedded design from ACTSC DAC, Pune. He has been a consultant for prototype projects involving IoT, wireless communications, and 3D printing. He had spent a decade in various education and government organizations. Not only this, Mr. Subham Banerjee has also trained over 25,000 students belonging to prestigious universities like IIT Bombay, SRM University, Anna University, and so on. He has also trained 1,500 faculties and around 1,200 professionals from industries like Bosch, NAL, ISRO, and DRDO. His areas of expertise includes embedded system design, application and mobile development, assembly level programming, Linux, Unix, RTOS, Python programming, ARM, Cortex series, TI, PIC, Arduino, AVR, Raspberry Pi, and so on. So now, currently, SAR is working in MicroX Labs in IISc Bangalore as an embedded developer as well as an independent consultant trainer. So now I hand over the session to our guest Shubham Banerjee. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for this introduction. Means it's quite back. So I'm interacting with the VIT also. So VIT, the relationship with VIT is more than some 6 to 7 years. So the first was it was just like in a robotic workshop in your Ambedkar Hall in TT building. So that
Okay.
was long back in 2013, I guess. Uh, anyway, so let's start the session with some interaction with the student. So what is the objective? My student means what is the session? What is this for? This session means what is the objective? The guest lecture means someone is coming and giving some introduction for the particular topic, and officially it is okay done. So my objective for this kind of session is always something different. I always interact with the student with some objective, and maybe beyond the guest lecture, I also already interacted more than some 100 plus student in VIT in the last few years during the project development, idea to innovation, innovation to implementation, and somewhere in the product development side. So I'm interacting with the different industry level project, mostly for the product development. The R&D part, so our part is also settled in Michigan, US, and we are part of the NCBR Poland also. So down the line from this introduction, we have achieved few more stuff. That is a biosensor. This is the indigenous developed with National Aerospace Laboratory and us. So my startup, the Stredox Healthcare, also part of that journey for distribution, the entire micro chip in pan India as well as the entire Europe, apart from the US. And during the last few years, we also got patented two different product and two publication, one in Nature and one in IEEE. Having said this, so let's explore what is today's discussion. So, sir, can I share your my share? Can you just able to allow me to share my screen or some
One
PPT?
minute. Yes, sir. I will make you as a.
Yeah, I already just raised my hand.
Okay.
So my PPT is just 3 to 4 lines actually, sir. Honestly, I don't have anything in a PPT. But during that session, we can share so many stuff.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. I will
fine.
make
I
you as a
just
presenter, sir.
Oh, makes sense. Okay, wait a minute. I'll just do it. Okay. So is it? Visible to you guys means. This is visible, my screen?
No, sir.
Oh,
Only your face is visible till now, sir.
I understand. So I understand you don't like my face, so I have to just change
No,
it.
sir, it's not problem. I'm just saying, sir.
Just kidding, man. No issue. Wait. Ah, yes. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now
sir.
it's
Visible, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So application of embedded system. What is it for? First of all, anyone, please. Let's make this session interactive with some objective. So down this line, our session, let's do something with embedded system. That's the whole objective. See, you guys are familiar with the microcontroller, microprocessor. What is it theoretically? MMU or DMA, von Neumann architecture, RISC architecture, CISC architecture. Everything is given to you, and you have hands-on experience also. You have idea of IDE also. But the point is, what is the purpose? Have you guys done any project? So, sir, which semester? I mean, I don't know. I just forget to ask you. Students are from.
They have done many mini project related to microcontrollers, sir, in using 8051, etc. These students are from third year.
Third year. Oh my goodness,
Yes.
it's fine,
Yes,
fine,
sir.
fine. It's more than enough. You guys are more than enough. Fourth year is nothing but to just to understand what you have to do and what you have done. Okay, nothing else. So third year is the best part of the engineering, in my knowledge. So anyway, so if you have done a small project, so anyone from the audience, I would like to ask you, what is your experience and what do you mean by a project? If you have done a project, so what was the outcome and what is your expectation from that particular project? Or if you have anything in your mind but you don't know how to execute that one as a project, anyone from the audience, if they are having any kind of idea or they want to ask, let's make it interactive. So let's make the session with through introduction and interaction and implementation for a particular innovation. So we will understand embedded system in that way. Anyone from the audience have done a small project and you want to take that project a bit longer as a product? Have some idea?
So I would like to speak about my project. It's just a small project which I've done this semester in microcontroller. It was regarding a password based door lock system. It's just a basic project, but we did it in software. We are planning to implement in hardware, but the IC was saying there was some chip error. So we plan to develop it in software mode. So what we implemented is we developed some IoT part also in that project. So it's kind of for a person like me who don't know ML or AI, developing IoT thing in such projects, such a small project, and making them large and under the guidance of teacher who is saying that you can write a paper or you can present it in conference. So person like me who doesn't have much knowledge of AI ML or who doesn't have much professional knowledge, and teacher when give this kind of confidence, like you can present it in conference or you can take it to higher level, it's very big thing for us. And our confidence is much increased when we receive such compliments. Either we fail in some things, but these project gives us knowledge. Like I was also implementing a IoT project in this semester in my IoT fundamentals. So I was doing it alone. It required a web development also, and I have zero knowledge of web development. So I took help from net, and I was able to do something like refreshing the page in every 2 seconds. I have to implement.
I
Yes, sir. I have to implement using Arduino IDE. So refreshing it was it's a normal task, but I was not getting the perfect code. But I researched for it for 1 to 2 hours, and I got the code. I got much confidence that I can learn if I sit with a confidence and a consistency for something, we can achieve anything.
That's the great. That's the answer. Actually, I was expecting from your side. See, what is embedded system and application of it? If you plan something and if you want to do something and you are not able to do it, that is the starting point of your innovation and your work. Maybe someone have done it, but you have to do it. Go and take its example of the quadcopter. If you have to do the quadcopter, even the all code, all design, everything is available in the market. But still, if you want to do, you will be struggling with the stabilize the factor. That door lock system, so many people already developed, but if you want to do it again from your end, you have to do it from scratch. You will get the idea whether you are in the right track or not. But if you do it the first time, maybe you won't get that much also. So in that case, you need the experience. So you are using an Arduino, that is your hardware. Again, the Arduino IDE, that is your compiler base where you can write your code. So coming back to the basic point, what's your good name?
So my name is Sujal Mehta.
Okay, Sujal. So in that case, so coming back to the point, what is my embedded system? So a system which categorically solve some predefined problem and act as a input based system where you can use your input and output port or the IO port for read and write or sense and giving output. So in that case, input means your sensor and output means either your actuator or display. Logically, two cents. Sensor, in that case, it is having wide range. What kind of sensor you want based on your requirement. So understanding the embedded system is the first task. And this is nothing but of your 70% of the task. Writing a code, not a big deal. If you don't know, you'll be knowing tomorrow or day after with some practice. Because 1 + 1 is 2, you know it. But somehow down the line, you learned it. And now it's there. Even if you forget it, with a small refreshment, you can go for it. But whether it's an addition or deletion, so that fundamentals you have earned from your end. Initially, someone taught you. So understanding the logic, that is the first key point. So you are developing a hardware which is having a firmware and controlled by an application software or normal software, that is the whole package. It could be ML based, it could be AI based, it could be any deep learning based, anything. That is nothing but your mode of operation. It's not like that it is the embedded system. IoT is not embedded system. ML is not an embedded system. AI is not embedded system. It's part of the embedded system where that IoT is industry standard 4. Earlier it was there industry standard 1, industry standard 2, industry standard 3. Gradually SAP and other people, it made it name the IoT, Internet of Things. Earlier it known as Internet Enabled Things. It was not like that. It was not there. It was there long back. Long back. Even the industry standard 4, that is the IoT. Go and check. If I say, okay, what about the IoT? People will say, okay, I know it. If I say, what is industry standard 4? People will say, okay, I don't know it. So the few marketing terminologies are there and few basic terminologies are there. If we if we're able to map both of them, then we are in a right track. So having said this, let's understand what do you mean by embedded system? So a system which solve your purpose, in short. You are interacting with my session through your laptop or your mobile. So that is nothing but a handheld device which can transmit your voice, which can transmit your text, which can record your video, which can resend or receive or send your video to someone else, which can do broadcasting, which can do podcasting, as well as it operated by mobile, as well as having the charging mechanism, and that camera can be used individually also, and it can do with or doable with SIM operation. What is it? This is the definition of your mobile device. Now that IoT part or the Android part or the Cyanogen part or iOS part, that is integrated. So that was the patent terminology of Motorola earlier. They are nowhere they have mentioned mobile, a handheld device. So like that, so embedded system is different in terms of your objective and your deliverables. Embedded system differs in terms of your requirement. Embedded system differs in terms of client requirement or the end user requirement, based on their safety, based on the power requirement, based on the environment requirement. All these things also at the key point. So having said this, let's dip into small stuff. The role of microcontrollers. The role of microcontrollers is the key point of your embedded system. The key, the head. So before saying anything, we understand what is microprocessor. A processing unit which act within bits and is having a processing memory only, not only the other random memory, I must say, but mostly work in a single bus, not multiple bus, and having an input and output mechanism predefined. So that is my processor. So then what is my microcontroller? Sorry. Add on to microprocessor, a dedicated memory unit. Someone is giving an answer. Microcontroller and the microprocessor is nothing but with memory, without memory. Yeah, it's partially correct. But what kind of memory with and without? What kind of memory without? If you don't have any memory, how your data will be processed? How your initial bit will be saved in microprocessor? In the microprocessor kit, okay, for that particular time, particular instance, that memory is allocated for particular purpose and it's erased once you exit. But in microcontroller, it saves the particular state. So you have a dedicated memory for that. You have a MMU unit. If you have a other controller unit, you have a timer, you have a watchdog timer, you have a normal timer, you have a routine, you have interrupt service routine. You have IO port directly, which can be configured and programmable in a way that you want. You have an analog pin, you have a digital pin, you have if you have a PWM pin, everything. So this is a package, a processing unit, which processes multiple stuff as per your requirement, and it's in a single package. So that is my microcontroller. So it's nothing but a head of your family which actually control all the peripherals and the subordinate processing unit with single clock function. Why single clock function? If there is a multiple clock standard, there is a no synchronization. If there's a no synchronization, there's a no way or the no point of your work. So you have developed a door lock. Suppose if I'll ask you to develop a hair dryer. So anyone from your end or the audience, can you just give me 2 or 3 inputs if I'll ask you to develop a good, reliable, efficient hair dryer? I want 3 to 4 input from audience. What is in your mind? What you have to do? How it can be done? What you want to do? What kind of product it is?
So it should be like less usage of power and high delivery, high output, basically. Like
so the less consume power, less battery consume, the power level less, but high throughput. Good.
Like there are some like which gives, and it should also be in budget. Like there are Philips one.
Good. Very
which
good
gives
point.
a
Very
good
important point. If you are developing a high-end stuff and there is no use, people will not buy. You can't develop your product down the line. So again, third point done. 2 more points I'm expecting.
That should be lightweight.
Good, very good, very good, very good. Lightweight,
Easy to use.
easy to use. All the points covered. Done. So now we just elaborate these points. From the first, easy to use. Okay. If have you seen that cooler, the standing cooler inside your room or something? This is around some 5 to 6 feet height cooler. Top of the cooler there is an air window. So if we'll develop a hair dryer which will be standing somewhere corner of the room, and you have to take your hair just like, oh, go and then rotate your head, and it's giving a wonderful air conditioning stuff, moisture stuff, nanoparticles, everything. But you have to go every time to that particular system and rotate your head. It's bulky, it's heavy, power efficient, and everything. Will it work? Will you buy it?
No, sir.
Chances 1%.
No, sir.
Chances
No,
are,
sir.
yeah. So
Chances
the
are
second,
very low.
if you're just too heavy to take it some other places, someone want to take it in a bedroom, someone just in a washroom, someone is in their means bathroom. So in that case, you don't have any liberty to take it out. You don't have any freedom to take somewhere else also. So will you buy it? You will not pay for it. Hardly 1 to 2% will pay for it, because they don't know whether they want to prefer it or not. Some buyer are there. Efficient. So you need something handheld, small, battery power, means once you are using a battery, so your throughput, you are expecting throughput more, means less number of charge, more number of ampere, and fast charging. At the same time, you have to check what are the limitation of my hardware. If you have a bigger hardware, you have a lot of battery bank, you have a power consumption stuff, no need to power it some 1 or 2 hours, you can go for some 10 hours and all these things. And you can go and spread so many things. But if you have a handheld device, the limitations are coming. It can go for less hour compared to the bigger one, or you have to plug it every time. Second, it can blow for a particular number or particular time. After that, it needs some rest. So you have to check whether that much of time is sufficient for a user or not. So these are the key points if you are developing embedded system or other product. Next, what is the battery bank? If no battery, direct power. If the power is there, whether you are bypassing the battery or charging the battery as well as giving the power, or you are directly giving the power. That is the point. So these are the basic structure you have to check once you are developing a product. A product, and last, you have to check whether it's in a good plastic or not, whether the shape and size is handy or not, whether you can carry it in your cabin baggage or not, and whether it's safe or not. Once you are holding with a moisture hand, how it detects the moisture, how it detects the ampere currents and all, whether the filament in the back side or front side, it's moisture prone or not, whether you are using a tungsten wire or something else. So these are the things you have to develop. And last not but the least, you have to check which controller you have to use. Whether this controller, this is very small controller, small board circuitry and everything, you need a fan also inside it, small fan but high efficient fan. So the other device which is a bigger size and this device is in a smaller size. So you cannot go for same microcontroller for both the device. That was the bigger one. You can go for bigger board, bigger efficient stuff, but that's not that much of sufficient stuff. It's not required for your hair dryer. People are not buy it off. That will cost is around 20,000 rupees, and you are expecting a hair dryer with 1,500 to 2,500 rupees. So you have to check, okay, whether I can make it smaller and efficient as well as the same time budgetary goods. So this is the objective. The same time, if you will go for the automobile industry, there the budget is not the constraint. You have to think my safety part, my response part, my luxuries part. There, you don't need to think about the budget. Once you develop something, and that will be added to the budget and people are ready to pay. So based on your requirement and your client, you have to design the embedded system. And now we are comfortable with the 8051 or 8052 or etc x86 or ARM or Cortex, anything. This is nothing but a category. Later on, based on the requirement, you have to do first job of your embedded system, understand the microcontroller. How you understand the microcontroller? Suppose a TI or ARM is having more than 1,000 different kind of microcontroller. They have multiple families. Which family is for which category? That first you have to understand. How do you understand those stuff? To understand those stuff, you need to understand the microcontroller thoroughly. So if you are asking, okay, so on that case, it takes some years to understand a microcontroller particular family because the developers are working for decades. No, not required. Take a particular microcontroller for a particular category, go through the data sheet where it mentioned this microcontroller family is for what? What was the target line? Each and every time the company is expecting some response from the customer, based on that they develop their product. If there is a power consumption, power generation stuff where the power saving is the most important part, then MSP430 from the Texas will work. Where the data and the mobile handheld device processing unit is a factor, then Snapdragon is a factor, or Cortex A series is a factor in your iPhone. So based on the requirement, based on the choice, they design it. And it's your duty to understand any one of it. If you have done a small project with any kind of microcontroller, do the same project with other microcontroller family without any help. Then you understand how this microcontroller works in a different platform, but the output will be the same. Don't say that Samsung IC and the LG ICs are same inside a TV. No, they have their own chip, but the output is the same. So the same way, you have the requirement list. You have to satisfy that list as per the requirement, but maybe the different microcontroller. Sometimes you can go for PIC, sometimes you can go for 8051, sometimes you can go for something else. It's all depends on your budgetary, your resources, and your inventory. So having said this, audio discuss, I'll share one more screen with you guys to just take some live project and stuff. Wait a minute. Okay. Uh, yeah, it's already you're able to see it. Okay. So we are working in a project that is artificial intelligence based liquid biopsy for MCF7 cancer cell. So suppose if this is my product, that's my objective. So what could be my embedded system? So in that case, I must ask you guys to understand this picture. That is my technology. That is the objective. That is the whole technology to understand the objective. Here we have a different cell. Different cell means different blood cells. So if its blood cell belongs to RBC, WBC, platelet, or some other monocyte, lymphocyte, basophil, eosinophil, whatever. Every cell is having a different characteristics and they have different shape. Once that particular shape is going through a particular electrical channel or a impedance based channel, so the electrical property of the normal buffer inside a channel is different, and once something is present in a particular channel, that the electrical or electronics will detect the different electrical signals, which is something in a right side is mentioned. Once there is a nothing, there is no peak. Once there is a yellow color ball or cell or a particle or anything, any impurities also cross that particular channel, it will generate a peak, a positive peak as well as a negative peak, because you are making the design such a way. So in that case, we will be understanding or will be reading the cell characteristics, and we can store that data in our data bank. Later on, once we'll detect some cancer-based cell or something other cell which is having some issues, that means the people is having some difficulties. So we'll be able to understand through the cell culture or the cell monitoring, oh, this cell is giving some different peak. The peak size is differs. Rapture cell, of course, the peak size will differ, or a cluster cell will give you the different peak size. So on that note, you will be able to say, no, this many number of cells is having a healthy cells out of this volume, and this many number of cells is having some difficulties, and it could be the cancerous cell. Based on that judgment, we can detect a cancer in early stage around 2 to 3 years advance, with some studies for 6 to 8 months or 9 months or maybe in a year. To develop this much, you need to do an electrical arrangement, electronics arrangement, and whole thing as your embedded system. Individual system could be act as your embedded system to support your technology. So your idea is nothing but your innovation, and then innovation to implementation is your responsibility. So yeah, the flow sensor. I told you we have to flow the blood with buffer with some other chemical. You just dilute it, and you have some two different port. One is input port, the other one is the output port. You have some sensor channel is around 30 to 60 micron width and some 10 to 15 micron height, to where we are passing the resultant liquid. The resultant liquid, just like that, this channel where that yellow color ball is passing. Earlier, this normal buffer cell is water or the saline water or the normal DI water. No changes. Once there is a cell, it will create some spike. So the left-hand side, the flow sensor is the mechanism. That mechanism is here. In between, you need one more board, which is not mentioned here. That is a signal conditioning board. The right-hand side, you have a board, which is nothing but a lock-in amplifier. Once you are detecting or trying to detect some kind of cell which size is around 1 to 4 micron or 2 to 6 micron or some 4 to 10 micron, you are dealing with a very lower end frequencies, and the surrounding noise is your 50 hertz to 100 hertz, always somehow suppress this kind of frequency. It's not easy to detect those frequency and analysis. So you need as electronics which is having a high computation facility, quad core or multi-core core, but generate some frequencies of the signal, and through that signal conditional board, it comes to the flow sensor. If there is a flow and detection of your cell, the signal conditioning board adds some signal with that particular frequency and revert back to the lock-in amplifier board in a other way. And that case, our digital signal processing unit with this part, that green color board, the right hand side, electronics for the impedance measurement lock-in amplifier, process the data. So this data will actually check with the curve fit and other style whether the past cell is a healthy cell or non-healthy cell. Because you have the healthy cell data based on the reference, you can say. And if there's a non-healthy cell, what's the health size or cell size? Same time, if you want to cross check, you can put a filter which cross just 30 micron, not more than that. So the cluster, even some 2 or 3 cell join together and put a cluster for the cancerous cell, they pass it and they generate a different signal. But if the cluster size is more than 60, it may block the sensor. So you can put a membrane filter somewhere before this input or flow line. And hello, hello.
So your
Network issue, I think so, from your side, sir. That's why it is slower down. The videos are streaming slowly. That's why.
it's paused basically.
Hello.
Your, so the
Yes.
video is paused. Internet connectivity.
Eh,
There's
Yes,
some
sir.
issues there, I guess.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can continue, sir. Some network issue, I think so.
Maybe, sir. It's visible?
Yes, sir. The screen is visible, sir.
Yeah. So with that signal conditioning board, now you are interacting with the small sensor, and in other one is a lock-in amplifier. So people can consider whole 3 device as my embedded system. And this is an ongoing project with Karnataka government as well as 2 more universities in Karnataka. And part of the project is also working in Germany and Poland NCBR. So guys, why I'm sharing this confidential stuff with you people? To understand what is the objective. Sometimes we understand so many things theoretically, but we don't know where is the application. So just check the shape, the orientation, the power mechanism, everything is important to design embedded system. And you have to check the right processor, right controller, and the right IC to detect the particular signal as well as the generating the output. Because getting the input is the first and the foremost important part. Followed by that, you have to use the right output part to minimize the error or maximize the throughput. So having said this, so this is a basic model of embedded system. If I'll consider anything wrong in my lock-in amplifier, it will create some issues and the bugs will be there. The chip development part with electronics, that is the design part. That's the design thinking part. That is also part of your design embedded system. So your mechanical design, your theoretical analysis, your data management stuff, your application software skill, if the farmer skill is, it's your C skill, it's your MATLAB skill, even your PCB monitoring and PCB designing skill and orientation skill, also part of your embedded system. And don't think that design thinking or ML or AI is not part of the embedded system. Everything is a part of embedded system. You are focusing one of them to just get the expertise. But you have to understand if you're doing something for ML, what was the purpose? What is the product? Because if you are not understanding what is your product, you can't develop. If I say you have to do these things, you have to understand, okay, I'm developing this module. what is the purpose? Because sometimes the input, the user, whatever they are giving the input, it was not up to the mark. The guy who is actually developing, he can understand in a better way. So it's your responsibility to take care the data sheet first. If that hardware is compatible for your project entire the development cycle, then you are in the right place. If you have to change any one of your hardware, then a lot of things you have to change down the line after 1 year or 2 year or 3 year or 4 years of development. So that selecting your hardware is the most important part, because here the power consumption, the memory you need, the interrupt you need, and the other peripherals compatibility all depends. So on that case, you have to go with some daughter board. It's available with the TI, National Instruments, in other places. Based on that, you can just check and verify your logic, and then you have to develop the same board with some expertise as well as from your end. So this is nothing but whole of your embedded system as for the industry people. I'll be very happy if any one of you will write to me through sir, and we are very much open for the internship. We'll be entertaining fourth year people for 6 to 8 months internship in Bangalore, or some part of the people in Jammu also, and IIT Kanpur. I'm just part of 2 or 3 different projects and 2 different IITs, as well as in Bangalore with our place. So if anyone is interested to do some work with the robotics as well as the embedded system, they are very much open to write to us with some innovative idea if they have, or they can work with us. If you have any query, you can just ask me. I'm not discuss a single point based on your theoretical stuff, just like von Neumann, RISC, your memory model, storage model, and your class classification. Those are there. Sir is there. You can take care. But where I can help you, I can help you. If you have some plan, I can take the plan in the next level. If you want to understand some product development stuff based on the embedded system platform, I can take you in the next level. And we can put you some places where you have to do some real-time work, not some dummy work. I do have 2 interns right now from VIT, or one from some Professor Debashish Maji and Professor Sumit Jindal. So I used to get good interns from both of them, because I already requested with some specification. So I need this kind of background. I need this kind of background. So they are coming here and they do good work. And someone of the master student now, she is part of some paperwork which going to be published very soon in the Nature or some the same level. So this is a journey actually to understand. Any question, any query from the student, I'll be happy to address.
Sir, I had a general question.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, for internships or any placement, we have to first fight the interview. So can you guide us, like there are many rounds of interview, like 5 rounds or 4, 5, 6 rounds. So how to like prepare for an interview at the first round? Like they will be asking us what things in first interview, so that they will be selecting for second. So how should we answer, and what should we read for the interviews, like selectively, like for the first, then for second, how should we prepare? Like you are speaking about internship, so we have to give the interview. So how shall we be prepared for them?
Okay, fine. I'm just giving you, say, 2 answers is available in market, honestly. 2 types of answer is available in market, in industry. One is the honest answer, one is the dishonest answer. Okay. And everyone is using those 2 answers based on the context of the best place. As per the industry, you have to follow these, you have to do like that, etc., etc., etc. So many lists. But honestly, if you know the subject, if you have a good learning curve, you will be selected. That's the only thing. Normally, in our knowledge, we don't ask anything for their academics. We just check how good he is in aptitude, how good he is as a learner, nothing else. industry don't expect anything in a 6 rounds, 7 rounds, or 8 rounds. They just check your tenacity. They just check your learning curve, how versatile you are, nothing else. They just check whether you will be able to take the right training or not. They just check whether you are trainable or not, nothing else. But for the startup or some innovative industry, they will be just checking with some project, with some work. Okay, let's take this challenge, do it your way, and come back to us. If you can do it with some innovative way or the way they are expecting, they are expecting in some multiple ways, not like that. Even if it is the best. If they are expecting some 3 different way you can do it, and you are doing something in a 4th way, then you are in. Not a big deal. So the embedded system is something different, and the software system is something different. In the embedded system, you need to understand the fact very well, and if you know it, job is there. No point that and the people, some fools are there anyway in industry, and they're thinking they're an embedded system, just writing some software code, and don't know about the service routine properly. And they think, okay, the software service routine, whatever the interrupt is there, everything is that. So they don't deep into their kernel structure, and they are saying, okay, we are okay. At the end of the day, something is not working, they write to code, UK or US, some other expertise, and again come back to them. So I'm not talking about them, but if you have a spark, if you know the basic stuff, if you understand the 5 topics, understand the 5 topic honestly. Just like that, any question in that particular 5 topic, I can answer. Like that, nothing, my dear. Be honest with your studies and whatever you are doing. People are variant, so based on their choice, we don't ask anything in interview. Even we don't take interview officially. We used to give some work, do it. If you're able to do it, come and work with us. Nothing like that.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, industry is changing like that way.
So where do you think a embedded system will land up 10 years after something?
It was there even some 50 years back, and 10 years after, you are part of the embedded system, whatever you are doing. If you are doing some artificial intelligence work also, if you are doing some ML also, the machine learning and everything, is it possible without any hardware to do something, without a proper firmware? Will you be able to do any kind of application work if the kernel doesn't support it?
True. Without the basic embedded system, nothing.
Yes. And nowadays, you are doing so many things, even your home, the toys and everything. Now the toys industry is a lot of embedded systems, small. You are writing a line and a small toy of some 300 rupees, a IR-based stuff, motor, and they are rotating. Earlier, it was a robot. Engineering student used to do. Now the school student used to do it. And the kids now are playing. So earlier, a RC car was nothing but a spring. Then engine. Now you are doing engine, battery, as well as ATOS inside there is a small chip. So it take the decision. So industry is going, and the scope is there. But you need a lot of patience. Sometimes you will be undervalued. Sometimes over, but most of the cases undervalued. And don't think that I'm not getting a right embedded system job. Get into it. Do it in a proper way. If there is a hardware involvement, do some coding related to hardware. You will be in always. And India, especially in the Asian countries, in India, the embedded field is growing up, growing like anything. So without a proper format design, you can't do anything in an application software. That is the whole thing. Opportunities are there, but it depends on you how you have to grab it.
Yes, sir. Understood.
So any point? Anyone else? So should I wind up?
Sir, during our college time, how much time a student should devote to the academics? How much time he should devote to the project work, and how much time like he should devote to other activities? Like so that the balance can be maintained and the student can be able to learn also. Like
Yeah,
project
honestly,
work, he should do like more of alone or combine
I
with
got
other people or
I got tell me first.
yes.
Honestly, if you want to do something, enjoy your college days. It will never come back. You can learn something later on. Okay. Enjoy your college days proper way. You will be performing better. I'm telling you. During your interview, during your academics, even your activities. So enjoy the college days in a proper way. The way you want, the way you dreamed, you will be on. Don't worry.
And sir, like how much of our college knowledge is used in the real activities, like real
Nothing.
industry?
Zero, 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 zero.
That's why like most of the industries give a training before the starting of the
See,
job so
I
that
told you now, you are a product. How good is your learning curve? That is the key point to check. That is the key point check. So that's why I'm saying how good you are in active, how active you are. Later on, if you are a chemical background, they will put you in a DSP. Because that chemical guy know what is fluid dynamics, what is thermodynamics, what is calculation in chemical. So that kind of aptitude guide help to understand the other logic also. If this guy can understand this complex logic in his academics, he can understand the other lesser complex logic in industry. Simple, nothing else. So that's why I'm saying, enjoy your subjects, enjoy your college days, don't take stress, you'll be better, in a better place down the line. But do it honestly, whatever you are doing.
okay, sir.
The 2013, someone told me Walmart is there. Walmart in Velar, near VIT. It's not in India. So you are saying Walmart, sir. It's our Walmart. It's Allmart, like that. That guy is in Intel now. So enjoy your bit, man. Don't take stress.
Sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. So having said this, let's say goodbye.
So what about the CGP?
What?
CGPA, the marks which have been given by the faculty.
So that is your college grade, man. No one will bother. I don't bother. I mean, even now after five years in your I mean, completing your academics or 4 years of academics, that is the first time once your campus, they will check your CGPA. Nothing else. People will check. Okay, what is the consistency? If you failed even some 2 times, if you complete your academics for 5 years or 6 years, and if you have a kick-ass interview with someone else, then no point. Write to someone with some project idea. You'll be in.
So like if we make a product, for example, through the microcontroller, or if we design something, and we don't know like about the current market situation, but someone else is also designing the same thing. And so like and our product is designed and we have like we have started the process, but in midway that person comes and say that this product is like overlapping with my product. So like how much overlap is allowed between the current market like products? Like he will say that you have
No one will
copied my
bother.
idea on.
As long as they have the patent for it, otherwise no point.
Unless and until they have patent their product.
No point.
No
Who
point.
is having a better market strategy, better networking, better market reach? They are the winner. Swiggy was there, Zomato is still there, Food Panda was there, Uber Eats already there. People came, na? Same thing, same terminology, same service, different platform, different wrapping, different package. It all depends on you, how you want to do. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Okay. Anything? I already shared my mail ID with you guys. I guess you have it. Wait. No, I will share it. Yeah. So that's my details. So you can just note it down and let me know if you have some idea, if you want to do something. We can meet in Bangalore or over the mail or over the web and discuss something with relates to microcontroller and other embedded project. Clear?
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Your sir is there?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for your advice to our students related to their intensive as well as future. I also thank you for providing us a good knowledge about the real-time embedded system applications in various domains.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much
Thank you.
for your support to just share some thoughts with the students because they are my junior down the line. That's my point.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. So students are requested to give the attendance and leave in the respective Google Forms, which have been shared by Karthikeyan sir and myself. So E1 batch, E2 batch of Karthikeyan sir, they are having separate forms. Similarly, my batch students have their own separate forms. You can give your attendance and leave.
So where are the forms?
It is shared in the chat box, ma. And my batch students, it is mailed to them also. The Google form is mailed to their respective mail IDs, as well as it is shared in your chat box. So please utilize that and you can.
Sir, you also sent about automated responses.
Yes. That will have the total students. We don't know segregated of even batch of my batch or other batch. That's why. So it will be a accumulation of all the batches.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that's why we want the segregation of because our VIT wants the list of students from each and every batch who have enrolled for this particular guest lecture. For UGC documentations, we require that source.